Let's go ahead and get into this assignment. So first what we want to do is we want to open up the folder. Okay, so let me open up the footage. Okay, so as you can see, all of the footage is unorganized. So what I need you to do is I need you to organize all of the footage. So first, how we go about doing that is we need to first start identifying the B-roll. As you can see, the B-roll would be anything that doesn't have any, anything that is not an interview. So for instance, this clearly isn't a B-roll. This is an interview. Go to another one. This is the president, so we know this is not B-roll. So the B-roll would be from these thumbnails. This would be B-roll. And then we have this one, and we also have these over here. So let's highlight these, and then let's drag this over to the B-roll section. Okay, now we're left with these videos that we need to identify these people. So we don't know who these people are, right? If you want to find out who these people are, the best thing you can do is, since I have the photos already labeled, you can simply take the Dr. CROSBY and let's type in Dr. CROSBY, because you know we don't know his first name. Since this school is A&M, let's type in AAMU. Vice President Student Affairs. Okay, this looks like this may be him, and boom. So his first name is Dr. Gary B. Crosby. So what we need to do now is we need to go back to the folder, and we need to find Dr. Gary B. Crosby. From these thumbnails, that wasn't him. This definitely is not him. This is the president. Okay, so this is Dr. CROSBY. So now what we need to do is we need to take these videos, highlight each of these. You can just take your mouse and you can drag over, or you can do it one by one. But I need you to take these and drag them over to Dr. CROSBY's folder. And then we have 3 more down here. So what we need to do is we need to take these and drag them over. Once again, you can copy and paste each one of them however you want to do it, but they need to be organized in this folder. So you can right click it and you can cut it and paste it, or you can just take the last 2, highlight them and paste it. Okay, now we're left with 1, 2, 3. So it looks like about 3 to 4 interviews. So now we need to find out who Dr. Damian Clark is. And boom, Dr. Damian Clark. So now let's go back to the folders. This was Dr. Damian Clark. So now what we need to do is we need to take these videos again, same thing with Dr. CROSBY, drag them over, and then he has some other ones right here. So take these also, drag them over to Dr. Damian Clark. Okay, and then now we're left with these 2. So we know process of elimination. We can take Dr. Hugine's videos, drag them over to President Hugine. Now what we need to do is take these last 3. And then so most likely the last person is left is Mr. Clayton Gibson. So we're going to take his videos and we're going to drag them over. And then once we get done doing that, let's figure out what this is, because this may be an interview, this may be B-roll, not for sure. So we're going to double click. Okay, so he's not talking, so this is B-roll. So let's take this B-roll and let's drag it over. Then we have 2 other videos. So this is also B-roll. So let's take these 2, drag these over. We don't have a folder for the pictures, And then we also have some audio right here that we don't have a folder for. So what I need you to do is create a folder. We're going to name this folder. We can name it pictures, we can name it elements, whatever you want to name it. I usually name mine elements. And then we're going to take these two, we're going to drag them over, and then of course make one more for audio. And then drag and paste. So now let's check our folders. And as you can see, we have one of them that's missing. We just dragged this over, right? Okay. So we have one that's empty, which is the final edit. We need to go through these files and we need to see which one was the final edit, because apparently I copied and pasted the final edit along with some more videos. So now what I need to do is I need to go to B-roll, make sure that's straight. Okay. Now let's go to Dr. Crosby. All right, so we got camera 1 and camera 2. Okay, so looking at these videos, you can kind of tell that they were shot on 2 separate cameras and they were shot from 2 different angles. So we need to group the 2 separate cameras in the 2 angles in one folder, and then group the other angle in another folder, which is camera 1 and camera 2. You can decide which one you want it to be. Camera 1 can be either or. I usually do camera 1 the head-on shot. For this case, since both of these are kind of at an angle, what I would do is I would label camera 1 the zoomed out shot. And so take these 3, drag this to camera 1. Now take the last angle and drag it to camera 2. Now you should have camera 1 in one separate folder, and you should have camera 2 in another folder. Okay, so now since we have Dr. Crosby's folder organized, we have B-roll organized, we have audio organized, now let's move on to Dr. Damian Clark. Same for him. The 3 angles, let's check these videos. So this is one video. You can delete the first video. Let's take these 2 and then let's look at, okay, so we have just ran across the final edit. Why is this the final edit? Because it already has the lower thirds on it. It has the logo in the corner, so it's clearly edited, and it's color corrected as well. So what we need to do now is just exit out of this, and it also has been named. I don't know if anybody has caught that, but it is also named. So we need to take this and we need to move it. So what you need to do is you need to right click, copy, and let's paste it in the final edit. Now you should have the actual final edit video inside of the final edit folder. Now what we need to do is go back to Dr. Damian Clark, and we can now delete this extra copy. And then so we should be left with 2 angles. Again, this is one angle, and then this is another angle. Let's also delete this video. This is not needed. Okay, so here is the other angle. This will be my angle 1, camera 1. It's straight ahead, right in the center, and then camera 2 would be angled, 45-degree angle. So let's take these 2, put this in the camera 2, and then let's put angle 1 and cam 1. And now what we should have cam 1 and cam 2 organized. Do the same thing for the rest of the videos. Let's make sure Hugine and Clayton Gibson. So this is cam 2, this would be cam 1, and then Dr. Hugine. So let's highlight these 3, put this in cam 2, and then let's put this one in cam 1. So now we should have all folders organized with each camera in each angle. Let's go to audio. All our audio is there. B-roll is there. We got Dr. Crosby. He has both of his folders. We also have Dr. Damian Clark. And then we have our logos, our final edit, Mr. Clayton Gibson, and then Dr. Hugine. This folder right here is the project folder. This folder is determined on what program you use. So if you use Final Cut, then the folder name will be Final Cut. Since I'm using Adobe, that's why the folder name is Adobe. What's in this folder? All of the saved projects. And that will conclude Assignment 1's tutorial.